Alright fellas, here we're back with Pokemon Masters, and today we're going to be looking at the Extreme Battle event, Take on Battles with Trainers from Different Regions event, and just to sum up, this event is just a rerun of a lot of Extreme Battles. I'm pretty sure 5 different Extreme Battles are rerunning, and all they've done is take previously released Extreme Battles, like for the 2nd anniversary, 3rd anniversary, and other events, and just re-release them with different region weaknesses. That's literally it. Because, for example, this one is from the Unity Gala event. I forget what that may be the name. I don't remember. From the 2nd anniversary, and it was for Anniversary End's release. But now it's weak to Galar, so, you know, kind of changes up who you have to use, right? So, yeah, let's go ahead and look at these events here and see just what we can use to try and take them down. So, looking at this here, Rachel is a Fire Week event. Just know that. It's a Fire Week event. It starts tomorrow, so this is the first one that will be debuting. It is weak to Fire. Rachel here has 24,000 health, which is quite low, but do consider she has a lot of attack. She also has a lot of attack here, and she's also got Century Entry ×2, meaning pretty much all of your physical Galar options, which is actually a lot, are, you know, pretty much negated useless for the most part. Right? Like, obviously, you know, Neo Champion Hop here, you know, Battle Tower Leon, Gloria and Cinderace. Sadly, they're probably going to be completely screwed here, even with, you know, Pyro Ball and Fire Rebuff and whatnot. This type of stuff is going to be bad, right? It's going to be a little bit annoying to deal with. But yeah, whatever. So looking at her ability, she has Resilience, less than Poison 10, Robust Physique, which means if they don't have a status condition, they are immune to critical hits. So this was released for Anniversary, and he had the ability to go through passive skills for the most part. So this type of stuff, other than Century Entry, was pretty much ignored by him. And I guess, you know, obviously, Terrify and whatnot, but still. So you do got to keep that in mind. I'm pretty sure he also had Impervious. I could be wrong there. Did he have Impervious? If we're gonna look back, or something similar, right? Piercing Blows. No, I don't remember. Okay, I don't remember. Either way, he's, you know, they had Terrify and all those abilities, so you are gonna have some stat debuffs on entry. Let me change this back to Galar. And all of that, right? So they've got accuracy buffs, attack buffs, etc. The end of the sides here, they have 11,000 health, a bunch of AoE moves, defense alls, pretty much the same stuff, just a couple less abilities. And in order, really just to sum up, you're going to need to give them a status condition, and you're going to have to use special moves. That's literally about the best description I can give you. I would say your best bet is to have Leon. Just straight up have Leon. Leon should destroy the enemy pretty well. He's able to leave the enemy burned with Inferno, hit him super effective with fire damage, very high special attack stat. He's also got the max move right. He's going to do for a ton of damage, and probably just straight up going to be your best option if you have him. Second best option is probably, well, yeah, second best option probably Neo Champion Marnie. With her Buddy Fiery Wrath, she can hit through the Robust Physique, which is very good. And you could also potentially pair her up with someone like Sonya, who has Spark as well as Hostile Environment here, so you can leave the enemy paralyzed, meaning the Robust Physique, you know, won't prevent you from landing crits, and you can use Neo Champion Marnie's normal Fiery Wrath to do some damage itself, right? So that's not a bad idea either. I would say that's probably going to be a lot of people's go-to strategy, use Sonya plus Neo Champion Marnie here. Really, I would probably bring someone else who's able to maybe flinch, buff defenses, heal, or whatever, maybe like Hop, you know, another potion user, potion bot, to pair with them. Probably your best bet. Bead may be pretty useful here. He does have Mystical Fire to debuff special attack, as well as being a little bit self-sufficient with his own buffing. He does have the max move as well, consider that. So he's got the max flare, so you can do some good fire damage. May be useful for you. He's got the maximum superpowered here. He does have the stupefaction and all of that as well in order to help, you know, debuff special attack and special defense and all of that. So you can definitely work with that as well. It's not a bad idea, because they do want stat debuffs because they were released for Anniversary End. So he may be helpful to you. Overall, though, Neo Champion Marnie is probably going to be most people's go-to. Leon is definitely going to be a very, very strong option as well, just because of everything that he does. He's basically the Galar version of Anniversary End for this event. Sort of, kind of. Anyway, yeah. So overall, your best option is going to be to bring Leon or Neo Champion Marnie, or just any special attacking Galar unit is going to maybe help you, right? Maybe help you. Even if they're special attacking, they may not be the best option, because Summer Gloria is not going to work, probably. I don't know if Signa Suit Leon will work either. He might, but he's probably going to need some big help from allies. Anyway, yeah, I don't know if this guy's going to work too well, but whatever. You probably have to bring someone like Sonya to buff hit, to paralyze the enemy and whatnot, because you're going to have to do that pretty much regardless. At least Leon, he can burn them on his own, so he doesn't really need an ally to do that. But most allies, you're probably going to use someone like Sonya, or just anyone who's able to consistently apply any status condition. Alistair may work as well with the poison, but I wouldn't try and use him as your main offensive option. He just hits like a feather, especially off-type. So that I wouldn't say Alistair is going to be super amazing for you. And do consider, they hit very hard. So maybe if you have Oleana, that could work very, very well as well. Even though she is a physical attacker, she does have Venom Drench and whatnot to debuff enemy stats. You can use her for debuffing, then someone like Neo Champion Marnie, Leon, whoever, in order to do some good special damage. And you could potentially use that, right? And then have someone with potions like Sonya or Hop to help you out with healing, right? I'd say Oleana is definitely going to be very, very useful for this event as well. So that's the Galar overview there. I know it was a little bit quick, but still, that's pretty much the quick overview for it. The next one is Sinnoh Buddies Unite. Apparently, it's also going to drop tomorrow. I guess we get 2 tomorrow. I guess, I don't know. But this one is funny. This was initially released for Signa Suit Erica and Signa Suit Misty back in back during the villain arc, the Kanto villain arc, in September, or was it August? No, October. One of the two. I think it was October of 2021. So a little bit after the Rachel event here. So yeah, this one you face Giovanni. He's got very low HP as well, but he's got pretty high attack, as well as a lot of multipliers. He's got Sandblaster 5, Surging Sand 7, Rising Tide, and Good Form, meaning if he has stat buffs and Sand is up, he is going to hit like a fucking truck. So pretty much how you're going to have to deal with this is you're going to have to bring a unit that can either stat steal or haze, something like that, right? Because he does have, what does he got here? Let's look. So in terms of trainer moves, he's got You're in Trouble Now, which I don't know what that does. I wish I did. The allies here, they've got Breaking Swipe, Sandstorm, Dragon Pulse, Rock Slide. This one, they've got, Surf, Liquidation. They've got very high attacking stuff as well, but they do have very low HP. So you don't have to worry about the sides too much, I would say. They are weak to Grass. So since this is Sinnoh, obviously your best Grass option, if you have them, is going to be Adaman. Literally, this event was made for Signa Suit Erica as your offensive option, so obviously the other Leafeon is going to fare even better. I would say if you have Leafeon, you are going to decimate this event. This event will be destroyed, so do keep that in mind. But they do have Wise Entry times 2, so you're not going to be able to use any special attackers. So let's look at the Sinnoh options. You do want to debuff their stats. You definitely do want to, at least their attack. So I would at the very least debuff their attack. I have to find region. Thank you. I don't know why it took me so long. But when it comes to attack debuffing, you're probably going to be your best bet's probably going to be to bring Duroc, because he's got AoE Feather Dance, because it's Feather Dance and then it's got Ripple Effect. So I would probably bring him, and he also applies speed buffs, so if you need speed buffs, there you go. That can work pretty well. Weak to Electric, so he's not going to be weak to Rock, which is good. But yeah, overall, just anyone who can really stat steal. I can't think of anyone who directly can. If you don't have Adaman, you may be able to get away with using Dawn as an attacker, because she can debuff enemy stats with her Power Siphon ability here, and do an AoE with Razor Leaf, or you can do some decent damage with Seed Bomb. She does have Tough Cookie for a DPS multiplier, as well as having Pecking Order as a sync nuke, and she also has the innate of Haymaker, so you may be able to do some decent damage with her. But you do got to consider you got to change the weather, so maybe bring either an off-region, weather setter or weather changer like Winona with her flinches. She may be able to put in a little bit of work before going down, but the flinches are definitely going to be very, very nice there, right? So do consider that. They do have resilience though, so keep that in mind. So Winona may be able to work alongside Dawn and then bring a physical offensive buffing support for Sinnoh that can help out Dawn with buffing her attack and crit and whatnot. Maybe Aaron, he'd probably be a pretty solid option. Yeah, he's not weak to Rock, so that's very, very good, right? Aaron's probably a pretty good support for this. That would be maybe a free-to-play setup. If you really want to run Candace, you probably can, but honestly, I'm not big on running Candace because Hail chip damage sucks. So I would really just recommend bringing a Sun or Rain setter instead, if you have one available to you. Again, off-region may work fine. If you have a support, a damage dealer, and then your off-region weather setter, they may work out fine. I'm not too sure, but we'll just have to see, right? I'll probably end up trying it. But yeah, overall, just to sum up for this event, stat debuffs, and you have to change the weather. That's pretty much it. You can't hit him with special attacks either. So Adamant is going to decimate the event, setting Sun, as well as debuffing defense, as well as just doing insane damage. He's going to be just fine. Dawn may be able to work relatively well, you know, with her abilities to do some decent damage, debuff attack and whatnot, and then bring an off-region or Candace weather setter, right? That's not sand. So sadly, Bertha will not work because she said sand. That's very annoying, but hey, whatever. Can't say too much about it. And I'm pretty sure there's no other character that can set a weather effect outside of sand other than Candace setting hail, both of them. I don't know, I could be wrong. Oh, and Irida. Okay, Irida's not bad. She sets hail as well, but, you know, special attacker, so she would, yeah, if you have Irida, she'll work as well instead of your off-region attacker, right? She'll definitely work just fine as well. Okay. Okay. So yeah, that was the one versus Giovanni. It's Sinnoh week. Just bring Adamant or Dawn as well as some weather setters. You'll probably be fine. All right, Kalos Buddies Unite. This event drops, or this stage drops on the 23rd. So I don't know why. That's quite a bit after. But it is week to Dragon. You face Lance. This was initially released for Anniversary Raihan back during the 2.5 anniversary. Wow, pretty old. These are older, but still. So yeah, you got the Kalos Buddies Unite, Dragon Week. Pretty basic. Use Zygarde and Serena, but this event can be very, very annoying because they do have a lot of HP. That is a lot of health. You do have to worry about that. Their attack sets are pretty high as well, and do consider they've got Clear Power Up 5, Clear Sync Up 5, meaning they've got power buffs when there is no weather effects in effect. And since you're in Kalos, I don't think Kalos has many options for weather setters outside of Neo Champion Calum, does it? If I'm just skimming over this pretty quickly, yeah, no, you don't got any weather setters other than our boy Neo Champion Calum here, so that's pretty bad. So you got to be careful about that, right? You got to be careful about that. Again, off-region weather setter is probably your best bet. Someone like Winona or a Sorolla who has flinches that can work relatively well. Or just anyone, you know, maybe a tank, maybe a tanky rain or sunsetter, maybe if it's Sigma Suit Morty, it could work out for you. I don't know. But yeah, you got to make sure that the weather conditions are not up, or maybe, I don't know, you also can't flinch them, unflappable. Or freeze. Or not freeze, not freeze. Okay, you can't freeze them, put them to sleep, or flinch them, so there's no method of turn denial there via those abilities. So you do have to pretty much deal with them hitting you with attacks. So maybe, yeah, you pretty much just have to bring a weather setter. They pretty much accounted for everything, yeah. They also got Acute Senses 8, meaning if they don't have a status change on them, they will take a lot of reduced damage. I think you can still use things like Restrain and Rebuff and whatnot in order to apply, those abilities to the enemies. So if you do have Zygarde and Serena, they are going to be very, very helpful for you. They are, super effective, as well as applying Restrain with 1,000 waves. So you can get rid of that Acute Senses, and then you can just pretty much hit them hard, right? They do have Sentry Entry ×2 as well, meaning any physical attacker is not going to be doing too well for you. If you do have both frogs, they are also going to work very, very well. Neo Champion Calum setting Rain is going to be pretty good, as well as Serena here setting Rebuff, so the enemies won't have their Acute Senses. That's going to be very, very nice as well. So that's pretty much what you're going to have to deal with. You got to have a status condition, and you got to, or it's not condition, status changed, and you also have to have it so weather effects are up in order to make it so their damage is not low, or their damage is low, and then obviously be able to actually do any damage to them. And Sentry Entry ×2, so you can't deal any physical attacking damage. Pretty much it, really. It's pretty much it. You do got to consider they can hit very hard, especially the Hyper Beam from Lance here. So you do also want to at least bring a Kalos support that can take some attacks pretty well. Maybe Zygarde and Serena, Dana, and then a off-region weather setter if you don't have Neo Champion Calum. Again, Winona, Sigma Suit, or not Sigma Suit, normal Acerola. Sigma Suit may actually work. I don't know. Again, just an off-region weather setter. Sigma Suit Morty could be very good as well with his relative bulk. He can survive an attack or two, maybe. So yeah, that's just probably the overall idea. The bad thing is that they have a lot of HP. They have a lot of HP and they can hit pretty hard if you don't have the necessary abilities to harm them. So this one is definitely going to be something that you're going to need at least probably a few premium units to do. Because if you don't have Zygarde and Serena, you have to hit with a special attacker. You probably got to use Neo Champion Serena, Signasuit Lysander. These are pretty hard offensive attackers. Drasna, if you have her, she's not limited, but obviously a lot of people probably don't have her now, right now anyway. So maybe she can work out for you, but most people probably don't have her, at least, especially not at higher move levels, right? So if you do have Drasna, she'll probably work out, but I'm going to assume most of you probably don't. Deals damage based on defense rather than special defense. Oh boy. Why? Does this count for, like, does this count? Does this count for Century Entry? I don't know. I don't actually know with Keldeo here. Either way, yeah. Maybe Lysander. Maybe. He may be able to hit hard enough. I don't know. Yeah, it's going to be bad. Kalos. Whoo boy. Anyway, yeah. So there you go. Those are your special attack. You gotta have special attacking options for Kalos, as well as have the enemy have a status change, such as rebuff, restrain, trap, confusion. Those type of abilities should work out fine, and then a weather setter. That's about it. Moving on, we got Hoenn Buddies Unite here. This is going to be versus Ethan here. They're weak to water and flying. This event very recently came back. It was for the Johto Trio, the release of Signasuit Chris, and they also did it for Signasuit Ethan as well, but whatever. We had this event recently for the run-up to the 4th anniversary. So yeah, if you notice it to this one, it's very familiar. The main gimmick for it is, again, they're Hoenn weak and water. And you gotta change the weather from sun. That's pretty much it. You gotta change the weather from sun because they can hit you very, very hard. They've got very, very high HP as well. But again, they hit very, very hard. So yeah. Outside of that, I don't think it's too much. Yeah, it's pretty much literally just change the weather from sun. Change the weather from sun. So obviously May is gonna be very, very good being a Hoenn character. Archie's gonna be amazing as well. You know, those two characters will probably decimate this event. Really, that's all you need. And then for your support, you can probably bring someone like Roxanne, something relatively tanky, or someone like Signasuit Brendan if you do have them. But again, really, it's simple. Just change the weather from sun. Decent enough options, especially because May is a pretty old character. May will probably destroy this. I don't think much else needs to be talked about. The sides are also pretty weak in terms of HP, so you don't really have to worry about them either. So yeah, you'll probably be fine just to use May on this event, realistically. So I'm just going to skip over it. And then Unova Buddies Unite. Awesome. I think this is the last one. Yeah, this is the last one. Unova Buddies Unite. It'll drop on the 24th. When will Hoenn drop? Hoenn will drop on the 21st. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. So, Unova Buddies Unite. This is versus Lorelei. This was released for Signasuit Thunderbolt Red during the 3rd anniversary. 81,000 HP. She is a tanky fuck. She's got a lot of health and weak to Unova. But your best bet, honestly, if we look at all these abilities, Wise Entry ×2, you can't use special attackers, less than Poison, Resilience, Fanfare, Brainy Rush, Endurance, Precognition, Premonition, weird vibes. So, my god. Okay, so you gotta change the terrain, obviously. She's also got Psychic Shift, and she's got Slowbro. So you gotta change it from Psychic Terrain, which isn't too bad, right? You gotta change it from Psychic Terrain, and you gotta use Unova characters. That is about your only restrictions. Your best not electric terrain, just terrain setter in general for Unova is probably Classic Elisa, because she's able to set electric terrain, obviously being super effective as well, because, oops, they are weak to electric. They are weak to electric, as you can see here, and having Wise Entry. Sadly, Classic Elisa will not be doing damage, but you have N and regular Elisa to do good damage for you. Elisa is definitely the most free-to-play option. She's able to do very good damage with Wild Charge, plus her Sync move as well. She can heal up with her own trainer move, so she doesn't have to worry too much about recoil and all of that, right? So that's not bad. That's not a bad option. Plus, you have Skyla as a free-to-play support. Very tanky, right? Not especially, but she does have potions, so she can handle the special side decently well, I would say. If we do want to look at more Unova supports, let's see what our options are. We do have Elisa, who is able to buff special defense as well as having first aid in her grid, so she has some decent enough healing, so you can buff your special defenses. But you do got to consider, you pretty much have to change the terrain, otherwise they're going to be doing a lot of damage to you. They do have AoE moves as well, and they do gain resilience, and they have unflappable, so you can't flinch them, which is annoying. But maybe if you don't have Classic Elisa, just bring Volkner is a good idea, because he's able to set electric terrain That will give you a decent boost to your characters like N and Elisa here for the first few turns, to where they can start really ramping up in strength. Having N or Elisa, probably your best options. N is in the Logic Banner and is very old as a Pokefair. Elisa is a free, spotlight character pretty much. So honestly, just using her, probably your best bet for most people, especially me, honestly, because I obviously mine's level 150, EX'd, 5 out of 5 everything, and I know pretty much her ins and outs, so I could use her as well as I need to. So yeah, there you go. Outside of that, when it comes to terrain setters, I don't think Unova has any other option. You may be able to also Signet Suit Hilbert, enemies weak to electric, he's going to be very, very good as well, and Signet Suit Hilbert will be re-releasing on October 22nd, so you will be able to pick him up with this event. So you'll be able to use him with his electric attacking options here. So if you do need good damage, he's also able to do good electric damage as well. But again, terrain is your problem. You got to set either Misty terrain, which doesn't exist, or grassy or electric terrain. Your only terrain setter from Unova here is Classic Elisa, so you do got to consider that. But you can off-region, maybe use Signet Suit Acerola, maybe she can survive a hit or two. Signet Suit Lyra may be able to survive. She can also do some debuffing, which is very, very good. That stuff may be able to help you out, right? But do consider, the enemy's got a ton of HP, the sides have a ton of HP, so it's gonna be a tough battle either way. Probably among the toughest. Maybe Lance is probably still tougher, but I'd say that this is probably a good second place. It could be first. I don't know. I don't remember. But yeah, Elisa and an electric terrain setter, those are going to be your best options to face this event and take it down, because this can hurt. But yeah, overall, that is the overview for the Extreme Battle event. Take on battles with trainers from different regions. Yeah. Bunch of rerun events along with different weaknesses. I'm glad they put Unova as the weakness for this event, because otherwise most other regions would be kind of screwed over. I mean, Alola, you would probably be fine. Sinnoh is already used, but maybe because of Volkner's existence, but still. Unova is probably one of the better ones because of its offensive options with Elisa and N, as well as Classic Elisa with her terrain. Probably your best options. I don't even know if off-typing this would work very, very well, because, oh boy, man. Okay. So yeah, only weak to Unova, because this event did release. It was weak to both Kanto and Electric, so you could use all Kanto units, you could use all electric units, but this one's only weak to Unova. So yeah, this again, Elisa and your only options. But anyway, yeah, that's the overview. Probably going to be a tough time for a lot of people, but I hope I gave you some decent insight into some of the options available, as well as some of the gimmicks for these events. If you do want to see the paste bin, obviously Absol has uploaded on his Twitter. I'll try to remember to post it in the description of this video. So yeah, I'll see you all later. Hope you all enjoyed. Good luck on your Extreme Battle event battles, and I will see you all later.